Everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at a different kind of review for XOTIC PC. Normally we would just kind of go through and just show off everything that comes on the inside of the computer, all the specs, everything that's there. But today we're actually doing a little bit of a different review. It's going to be something on the outside of the computer. So today we have an MSI GT72S G Tobii 805, and that's kind of a mouthful there, but the big important thing on that is going to be the Tobii. What Tobii is a new eye tracking software. And today we're going to be demoing it off with a couple different games, just some little previews on that, just going over a little bit here. The one thing that we've got going on right now is also Tom Clancy's The Division going on in the background. So right now that's going to be one of the big titles that actually uses Tobii on it to track your eyes in a little bit different ways than what you kind of be expecting from a game, really. So, I've got the game going on right here and now. And just started up, just barely into it here. So the point of the camera being zoomed in on my face so far, more than we normally expect on something like Twitch or YouTube, is just so that maybe you can kind of get an idea of where I'm looking at on screen here. I got the monitor right below me, but now one thing you might notice is the UI is just kind of bugging out a little bit differently here while I've been talking to the camera. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it here and see what all we can do with it. So the first thing that kind of pops up is when you're looking around the screen, it will actually keep an idea of where you're looking at, and the UI will pop up differently because of it. So if I go ahead and I look over to the map up in the top left corner, right there it's on, it's showing up. But if I look away from it, then you actually see that it fades away. So that way, anything in the peripheral of your vision isn't going to be, just on there the whole time. It actually allows for more of the game to be seen. So that's kind of a cool feature. So you get, a little bit of the UI to get covered up as well right there. All right, so I think we're coming up to a good point here to show off this. This is just going to be the targeting, one of the things that you can do for getting cover on something. So when you're crouched up behind cover, then you can see where I'm looking around right now. That A button is just flying all over the place because it's actually using where my vision is to give me an idea where I want to take cover to. So then all I have to do is just hit A. I don't actually have to select any different directions or anything like that. I just need to look and then hold down A and it'll go. And while you're running, go ahead and take cover behind this van. I want to take it right there, so we'll just hit A and go from there again. So just an easy way, just a nice implementation for this just to work into the game, so that way what you're already looking at, you can just use it a little bit more simply. And then again, while we're running around here, you can take a look and see when I'm looking at different parts on the UI, everything's popping up that way. So now my health is at full focus. Now the map. Now the number up on the top. There's also going to be some tricks in this game to help identify enemies and target them out, and then be able to throw grenades. So we'll be able to throw grenades easier as well too. We'll go ahead and we'll see if we can find a spot here with some multiple enemies on that, so that way we can just take a look at them and just easily target them just by looking at them out here, because that's supposed to be one of the nice features of that, is just being able to get some status on each individual one just by taking a look at it and just kind of focusing on them here for just a minute. So I can go ahead and take a look at those two guys right there. But yeah, it does show it up a little bit there just by kind of staring at them, just taking a look at it, just for a second, and then it, show their health up above it as well too. So, so yeah, that's just a look at the Division. I'm not going to go into it and play a lot on it, but just want to give you an idea of actually how the Tobii works. So kind of a cool feature, I like it. Probably go ahead and take a look at some of the basic other free games that you can get just by downloading it on here. So I went ahead and launched the Tobii program, and on the bottom right corner there, you can see some of the information on just the Tobii right there. That menu is popped up right now. In the bottom right corner, you can see those two little eyes, those two circles there. That's actually tracking my eyes. So if I close them there, then it's going to show that happening right there in real time. You can also see some of the menus options lighting up. Well, it's actually watching my my vision right there and seeing where I want to go with it. So go ahead and run the demo on this real quick just to show you as well too. Just to give you an idea, not actually touching the computer, there's no mouse hooked up to it or anything like that. But what you'll see here in a minute is actually being able to kind of control this 3D space environment here just by looking at the screen in different directions. So it's kind of hard to tell where I'm looking at obviously at this point, which we'll do in another view, but when I look at the different aliens there, and when I look up, look off to the sides, everything I'm looking at, it interacts with it in a different way there. So a bunch of different applications that give it some interesting options that you can do with this, but that's just kind of a brief look at the Tobii on there. And what you'll see is when those lights are on at the bottom, the sensors there, those 3 red lights are going to kick on. When it's off, they're just going to be plain white, but that at least lets you know that the eye tracking is being turned on at that point. Alright, another thing we're going to do is just go ahead and take a look at the Fables demo, which you can just download free through Tobii's site here. And this is just going to be more of actually like an interactive movie that when you're watching it, based on where you're looking, it's going to give you some different options there. I don't know if you can see, but when I look down at the Lego guy on the right with the headphones, then he's in focus and everything goes blurry behind it. And then I look at the car in the background, then all of a sudden that becomes in focus and the Lego guys become blurry. So then when I switch back and forth, then I'm looking at the Lego guy, then I can hear his music, he's coming in loud and clear, he's bright, and just right there in the open. And then going back to the helicopter, and that's where it's going to focus on the helicopter. The sound for the helicopter is going to get louder, and then the Lego guy gets blurry. So they're not really a very big interactive demo at all, just a little bit of a video here, but you can flip back and forth pretty quickly there, and it just interacts, it just switches that quickly. So that's been a look at the MSI GS72S G Tobii 805 and the Tobii technology for eye tracking on it. I hope you found this video entertaining or informative. If you have any questions, feel free to reach us at 877-289-9684. And if you want to email us, you can do that at sales@exoticpc.com, or you can always hop onto our live chat and ask us questions that way.